How do you use this?
Yeah. Spoken word. For the first time, ladies and gentlemen, Extreme is going to do spoken word. Does anybody have any questions for the band you'd like to get started with? Does the band want to start out by saying anything?
No.
No? All right.
Really hungover inside.
All right. They're hungover too. You're hungover. Does anybody have any questions they would like to ask Extreme? Yes? If you guys can start coming down here, right here, and we'll get people...
He looks good up there. Leave him up there. He's fine.
Yeah? All right. All right, go ahead. Yell it really loud.
Big fans, guys. Can the Celtics beat the Cavs today?
All right, I was going to tell you the truth, but that's it.
They'll take him to 7. I don't know if they'll take him to 7.
The No Respect song on the Punchline album, love it. But pretty
You the guy that bought that album? Two of you, okay. It's true.
really angry. What was behind that one? Anything?
I was losing my voice. I got a polyp on my throat on tour, so I couldn't hit the notes I wanted to hit in the studio, so it sounded angry. It's actually a love song.
That was supposed to be a ballad. I don't know what happened.
Anybody else have a question? Yes. Right here.
What's up, guys? When you guys are all hungover, all right, what kind of lady do you like to be around best when you're hungover?
One that has some drink tickets so we can get the party going again. Free drinks.
Cool.
Nice,
All right,
that's fine.
question
Maybe
2.
Bloody
I'll be
Mary
on.
in here.
Nice. Do you guys ever like to record your experiences with ladies hungover?
No, I'm more videotaping than recording.
Thank God for iPhones. Anybody else got a question? Right over here. Yes, sir. What is your name? Where are you from?
Frank from Long Island.
Long Island. Strong Island. What's going on, Frank? What's the question?
Big fan of you guys.
Thank you.
How much of an influence were the Beatles on you in songwriting and vocal harmonies?
Good question.
We're the Beatles, was that?
Paul McCartney's first band.
That's before he recorded with Rihanna and Kanye.
Listen, the Beatles, you know, there are certain bands that are that you're influenced by. Like if you were gonna have a book, you know, the greatest bands of all time, they're kind of the pages of the book. You don't even need to mention them. They're given. You know, I don't think there would be a lot of the bands here, a lot of great bands that we love without the Beatles. And you know, they're the kings. I mean, I think I speak on behalf of all of us. I think so.
Yeah, I think you know, you can rate all your favorite bands, but the two bands that always come to the top that you don't put in the list because they're just the best is the Beatles and Zeppelin.
The Zeppelin, I think. Yeah. The rock side and the pop side.
For sure. If you had never listened to Beatles or Zeppelin records, you're still influenced by them because they influenced everyone else.
right.
So.
Exactly.
Thanks, Frank. Anybody else got a question? Over here. All right. What is your name? Where are you from?
I'm from New Jersey.
Nobody clapped for them.
East Coast. East Coast.
If Bon Jovi was here, we would have clapped for him.
So, on this most recent tour, you guys have been doing Porno Graffiti in its entirety, and by doing that running order, More Than Words is 5th in the set. Is there anything kind of weird about doing an acoustic ballad that early on, or having it in that spot?
Kevin, is there anything weird about taking a break so quick?
That's my favorite song. That's my favorite song.
He gets to drink through the whole thing.
It's like my Amstel moment.
No, it is very strange, you know, doing porn. I mean, unfortunately we can't do it here because I guess we're not important enough to get a full set, so we're doing a short set.
Fist fights breaking out in the production office.
Ouch. No, listen, it was really interesting doing it for that reason. You know, you realize that when you do an order of an album for your listening pleasure, performing it is very different. You know, a lot of stop and go. So it was very strange to just get your sweat going and stop to sit down and do this for 4th, 5th. So.
Yes.
Oh, not you again.
We're back again.
My name's Austin, by the way, guys. All right, question.
Your name is actually Awesome?
Awesome, Austin. A-U-S-T-I-N. All right. I mean, what would you guys do to fix some of the problems within the country's youth and school systems to make the kids healthier and stronger and all that, what would you guys do?
Well, I mean, since you mentioned it, I don't know if you know that in all the public schools over the last 10 years, they've all of them have done deals with Coca-Cola, and also now I don't know when back in the 1900s when we went to school, we didn't have those those candy machines and all those Coke machines in there, so that would help if we got rid of them and stop kind of selling them.
By the way, Austin, I loved you in Almost Famous. You were awesome. Am I right? What is your name? Where are you from?
My name's Mick. I'm from the UK. Just like to say you guys, fantastic tour of the UK recently.
Yeah. Did you go see us? No.
Yeah, I saw you in Manchester.
Nice.
Question really for Nuno. I'm also a huge Dan Marine Network fan, and I know you spent some time with the band. I just wondered, what your thoughts on. Obviously, they've got back together and they're playing, and what was your time like working with those?
Listen, I didn't get to see Dan Reed recently. I heard, he didn't tell me they were doing gigs. He didn't call me. I was a little upset about that, but I've always been a big fan. We were just on the last run we did in the East Coast. We were warming up to in the dressing room, just getting kind of hyped for the show, listening to some Dan Reed stuff. So yeah, always been big fans. They were one of our kind of like one of those underrated bands, in the King's X kind of department. That I thought that's something special and different. But I think because they were unique and they had, like us, they had a bit of a funkiness to them. I think it scared a lot of the metal crowd a little bit. So shame on all of you.
Down here in the front row, what's your name? Where are you from?
My name is Caroline. I'm from Brazil. I came just to see you guys and what the plans for the Brazilian tour.
So did you buy the cruise ticket before we announced our Brazil date or after? That's what I want.
Before, but that's no problem.
She's like, damn it.
I had both now. I had
Otherwise, she wouldn't be here.
Yeah. No, I'm just kidding.
What was the question?
What the plans for Brazilian tour?
We just canceled the tour yesterday.
Wow, what timing!
Good thing you came.
Lord.
So that was a real question. Should we? We're doing porn graffiti down there. They gave us enough time to do it for you. So
We're looking forward to it. We haven't been down there since probably 1992, 93.
92.
shame on us, man.
So our plan is to go hang gliding again.
Kevin was 2.
Middle school.
Middle school. 7th grade.
No, you know what? It's actually pretty bad because we went down there and played once, and we did an amazing stadium show with Skid Row. Skid Row and Seal and a bunch of different styles of band. Yeah, Hollywood Rock Festival, man. And I can't not believe that we haven't gone back yet. That's actually very strange. Very strange.
What is your name? Where are you from?
My name's Bob. I'm from Salem, Massachusetts.
Nice. All right. Where all the witches hang out.
Oh yeah. Actually, saw you guys at the Boston Strong show. You guys kicked ass.
Oh, great. That was amazing.
That was one of Nuno's best performances.
I was in the UK somewhere.
You guys used to play at a place in Saugus called the Rock Pile.
Fucking Saugus, man.
It's a wicked good club.
Fucking wicked.
My old band used to play there, and the owner used to brag all the time how you guys played there all the time.
Wow.
And any specific memories of that?
Gary? I have no memory of it.
I remember, didn't they tear it down?
They tore it down.
So, yeah.
It became a
Walgreens or Walmart or something.
rock.
Yeah, the club era is a blur, a little bit of a blur.
My only memory is it was fucking wicked awesome.
By the way,
Pissa. It's just Pissa.
my favorite way to hear the F word is the Boston accent with that high A.
Fuck.
What is your name? Where are you from?
I'm Maria, and I'm from Providence. And I want to know how you guys determine what U.S. cities you're going to hit, because I live in Atlanta now, and you never come to Atlanta.
Oof, guilt trip. Jeez, everybody's laying guilt trips on me.
Try to find.
We'll have to defer this question to our manager.
We do a bit of a search to see how many people from New England where they moved to, and we avoid those cities as much as possible.
Right here in the front row. What's your name? Where are you from?
Dawn Osborne from the UK. What did you guys listen to as teenagers?
What did we do as teenagers?
Listen to as teenagers. We know what we all did as
There's a lot of staring at National Geographics with naked.
I had the best handshake in Boston.
What do we listen to? God, everything. Pretty much everything we grew up, right, Kevin? Except for Kevin, what did you listen to as a teenager?
There was a period where 10 years, all I listened to was Led Zeppelin.
Led Zeppelin. He was born in the wrong era. Yeah, no, you're right. We were actually, we were probably, if most of our friends and most of the kids in high school would have beat us up if they knew we were listening to Prince. And, yeah, I know you do. But were you beat up as well? No, we were listening to a lot of
Boston, we listened to Aerosmith growing up. Still listen to Aerosmith. Kiss.
We already covered
Cheap
the
Trick,
Beatles and Led
Queen,
Zeppelin.
Zeppelin, Stones.
From Liverpool, so.
I go on and on and on.
I'm sure all the bands you listen to. AC/DC, Van Halen, The Who.
Bit of Journey, come on.
Right back here in the second row. What is your name? Where are you from?
I'm Susanna from Arkansas. I saw you guys a few times around the world, but the question is, since time is an issue on this cruise, are you guys going to try to have songs from every album, or is it going to be still mainly the Pornography album?
We're playing our next album in its entirety.
Awesome!
Which is really going to excite everyone when they come and see us play.
We won't know any of them.
Everybody loves when bands do that. We're going to play our new shit. None of our old shit. No, we're going to mix it up. We're going to try to mix it up, but Pornography always seems to take the majority because it was obviously our biggest record album, so I think people want to hear a lot.
Thank you.
Down here in the front row. What is your name? Where are you from?
Jan from Reading, Massachusetts. My question was, it was always a rumor about who the song Kid Ego was about, so I want to know who that song was about.
Who's the asshole that you wrote the song?
It wasn't about David Lee Roth, I swear to you. No, it wasn't.
Actually, it was
a friend of
about,
ours.
It was about three people. My evil twin brother, David Lee Roth, and a good friend of ours. He was Kid Ego.
It was a positive song.
No, it had a little Roth in it, but it was more the guys I was hanging out with at the time.
Back here. What is your name? Where are you from?
Adrian Rose from Boston. Sorry, I lost my voice last night. I don't have a question. I just wanted to say I love you guys.
Thank you. Good night.
We planted her in there, by the way. She's our aunt.
We love.
Thank you so much.
Austin going for question number 3.
Awesome. I'm gonna go with awesome. We're calling him awesome.
He filled his quota, man.
Go ahead, Austin.
What politically?
Well, my
driven
name
question?
is Austin. My last name is actually Rock, ironically, real last name. I'm from Anoka, Minnesota, Halloween capital of the world. It's awesome. My question is, have you guys...
Would you like to
say Halloween capital? Halloween.
Have you guys ever had the chance to meet Lane Staley from Alice in Chains?
Yeah, one of our first tours we did were together. We played for like 2-3 people in the audience.
Nice.
You were one of those guys? Yeah. We started in
1990, maybe?
Yeah.
That's what's up. You guys are awesome. I agree with that lady over there. Will you guys be playing Play With Me, that song with the extreme car guitar?
Would you like us to?
Yeah.
We won't be playing.
Thank you.
We
All
told
right,
you,
Austin.
only the next album, not the old shit.
He was saying that it was the Halloween capital, the old metal band Halloween.
Oh, got it.
Yeah. What's your name? Where are you from?
I'm Sanjay from Trinidad in the West Indies. It's the first time I've been to the Monsters of Rock cruise. The only question I need to ask...
Sure. Give him a round of applause. He came a long way. Jesus, people.
It's pretty close by, isn't it?
All right.
Yeah, it's pretty close, actually.
All right, he came from a close by. All right.
Just because he's got an accent, you think he's from really far away. That's horrible.
That's how comedians work.
Exactly. Are you guys ever going to play in the West Indies at all, in the Caribbean area?
It's too far away.
Wow, shut down.
But, I mean, seriously, Barbados, Jamaica, and kids.
Jamaica, come on.
If they would have us, we'd play. Talk to our
That's a good idea. That's a good idea. All right, listen, our manager's right there. He's listening to all this. West Indies.
How do we travel over there? We get one of these lifeboats and load up the gear.
They have
from island to
electricity.
island.
They have electricity.
Oh, dude.
What is your name and where are you from?
Bruce from Houston. On the Freddie Mercury tribute concert that you did, you guys, I think, captured the essence of Queen better than any other band that
You're absolutely right. I will. Sorry, you're absolutely right.
I mean, you're one of the few bands that has the diversity and the variety of music that Queen captured back then. Anyway.
You know, actually, we got into a lot of trouble doing that because I don't know if anybody saw the show or not. If you noticed, all the bands that played, Metallica and Def Leppard and Guns, they all did their own material, and that was the rule. Is that you go up, you're invited to play, and you do your own set, and then at the end, you know, guests go up, like Gary and guests, they sit in with the band. So we were such big fans that we were like, fuck it. You know, we just really wanted to pay tribute, and we played a lot of songs we weren't supposed to. We didn't do any of our stuff. We actually got into trouble because we did a lot of songs that we were doing later, but we didn't care because we wanted to give back, you know, to all the Queen fans that were there. I think what they wanted to hear, which all the stuff that Freddie did and everything. So that was one of our greatest memories we've ever had.
So my question is, I love Porno Graffiti, but Three Sides is just another step above that. Any chance that's going to get the deluxe treatment like Porno Graffiti did?
Sorry, what was that? Pat's talking really loud next to me.
Porno Graffiti is a great album, but Three Sides is another level above that.
I wanted to hear that again.
Truly it is.
I didn't hear the end of it, that's what I meant.
But is there any chance that's going to get a deluxe treatment like Porno Graffiti just got? An expanded edition, remastered?
Yeah. We're gonna add a fourth side to it. I don't know.
Three Sides is one of my favorite albums of all time.
Matt.
It's a great album. What is your name? Where are you from?
G'day, I'm Bob from Melbourne, Australia. Just wondering if you guys have got any sort of plans in the future to actually bring Extreme down to Australia. You know, we're missing you guys.
Robbie?
Or is it just too far?
No, you're absolutely right. We were actually booked to go there last year, or was it the year before?
2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was, Pat didn't feel like going, so we just...
That's not true.
No, we're going back. Next year we'll be there. I guarantee, even if we gotta swim there, we'll be there.
What is your name? Where are you from?
My name is Eric. I'm from Anoka, Minnesota.
Forgot for a second.
Buddy over there, the guy that had all the questions. So, you guys being a big rock band, have you ever thought, you know, you get a lot of publicity, people coming up like, hey, you're Extreme, I want to suck your dick, you know? But, you know, you probably get that, I don't know, maybe not, but...
All day.
Have you ever thought that you want to, like, tone it down at some point in life, or what? Or, you know what I mean?
No.
You guys just want to just stop getting your dick sucked? I think it's...
Yeah, who would want to stop doing that?
Please.
No.
No, you know, it's interesting. Listen, you want to answer that? I mean, the thing about this band, obviously, as we get older, as everyone in this room is getting older, but you know, we definitely slowed down. I mean, look, we're sitting down. Back in the day, we'd stand up during a Q&A. Now we're sitting down. But if you go see the band live, we have this problem where we forget how old we are.
Yep.
And we always kind of go all in, and we're hurting physically.
Yes.
And a lot, you know, your ankles, your joints, everything's hurting. But I mean, if anybody's going to go see the band, I think I actually personally think the band is better now than they were back in the day. And, so we have no desire to stop. Matt.
You still didn't answer the question.
What was the question?
Yeah,
if we wanted to stop getting a dick sucked, I don't think. No, the answer is no.
Stupid question.
Dumb question.
All day long. You guys are extreme. I just want to suck your dick all day long. What is your name? Where are you from?
Scotty from Northern BC, Canada.
Canadian?
I was your one international sale for Punchline. Kind
Yeah.
of continuing on the joke
Nice.
there. Awesome music. I just wondered how it feels when you get that call saying somebody wants to use your music for a soundtrack. Because
We've never gotten that call.
It was with Bill and Ted. Yeah.
Oh, that was before we did.
Oh.
No, that's amazing.
Now we usually ask how much.
No, I'll tell you, at the time when we were first starting out, we didn't even really know what that was about. And it's amazing. It was actually more amazing later on. To kind of, at the time, you know, you're just trying to conquer the world, you want to get out there, and it's in a film. But really, you're focused on getting on a tour and, you know, taking over the planet. But now when we see it and how cool it was back then, you know, it's Keanu Reeves before he was Keanu Reeves, you know, before The Matrix.
You know, I remember being excited that Mike Myers at the time's new movie was The Guru. And
Yeah.
we're like, oh, they're gonna parody More Than Words. It's gonna be great. We saw it before it came out, and it was the movie bombed.
Bob, why? Because we were on the fucking thing. That's why.
What is your name? Where are you from?
Hi, my name's Angela from Nottingham, England. I just wanted to know what your new influences were. I know Nuno, you've been playing with Rihanna, but I know that you recently met Ed Sheeran and he played Cupid's Dead, I believe.
Yeah, that was crazy. We were, one of the cool perks about being part of any Grammy show is that you're out there, and the biggest surprise is that there's a lot of new artists like Ed Sheeran and I remember even like meeting John Mayer or people backstage at Aerosmith Kiss, and you never know what they listen to, and they come up to you and they say, "Yeah, man, we had a poster of you in your room," and I thought Ed Sheeran, being the singer-songwriter that he is, playing, broke in the acoustic world, I wanted to go meet him because I'm a fan, and he ended up coming up to me and to meet me, and I thought, oh, this is super cool, and I thought, hey, he said the second song he'd ever learned. I don't know why it wasn't the first. I was a little disappointed. I'm like,
Did he tell you the first?
No, he didn't. Yeah, but he said, and I thought, okay. I asked him, he said he asked his guitar teacher to teach him this song, and I was waiting for it. More Than Words, it's going to be More Than Words. And he said, Cupid's Dead. And I actually said, no fucking way. I said, and he goes, no, because I actually said, I don't think you could even play that song. I mean, and he went up on stage, stopped his rehearsal, and he goes, I'll prove it to you. And he went up and he plugged in, told John Mayer to shut the fuck up because he was playing too much. Too many notes. And he played the song, and that was like, it's amazing when you find out the people that you end up admiring, because we're always still fans of everybody that's coming out. And that was kind of a thrill. It was very cool.
What was the most random guy that said that he was an Extreme fan that you would never think was an Extreme fan? Is there anybody that comes to mind?
He's definitely not an Extreme fan. Yeah, that's right. I was at a wedding, of all places, and a friend of mine, and I happened to be at the, it sounds like dropping names, but he was at the table, and across from me was Steve Martin.
Pick that up.
Steve Martin, one of your idols.
Yes.
One of your idols. And he was miserable as fuck, though.
Really?
Our comedians, except for when you're performing now, you're a miserable person, unhappy.
Most comedians are, and
Yeah,
I feel like I don't relate to comedians.
Yeah,
because,
I met you in LA quickly. You seem like a happy guy.
Yeah, I was so happy that the whole table went, okay, we'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Get away,
okay,
kid.
I'll
Get
see
away.
you. All right.
I remember.
He was really like down and depressed, and all of a sudden I went up and performed with a friend of mine, kind of an impromptu thing for the wedding, for the bride and groom. I just went up as a surprise, and I played a little bit of More Than Words on my own, and then all of a sudden Steve Martin was happy at the table, and it was because he was a big fan, and we didn't know. So that was a bit random.
Pat, what were you about to say?
Yeah, one time I met Drew Carey at House of Blues, and he told me, dude, before I ever made it in Hollywood, I was like homeless living in my car, but I wore out porn graffiti in my fucking car. Yeah. And I was like, wow, that's a fucking cool
We're
story.
big with comedians.
That's awesome.
Comedians love it.
That's awesome. What is your name? Where are you from?
I'm Frank. I'm from Long Island, New York. Still from New York.
You couldn't remember it.
Speaking of comedians, what did you guys think of Weird Al's parody? And also, where did the characters from Porno Graffiti come from?
Weird Al.
Weird Al, I mean, we all just, I remember we were recording Three Sides. We were in the studio when we get a phone call that Weird Al has done a parody of More Than Words. He wants to come to the studio and show it to you guys. And I remember him walking in with the VCR tape and sticking it in. He was like all nervous and worried what the band was going to think. And, we all laughed our asses off like everybody else. It was fun.
Why did he not actually parody More Than Words? Why do we got to be the one he's going to do his original track? Huh? Come on. It was good though. It was very cool. I saw him recently. He actually called initially the shirt that I had of More Than Words. He called and asked for it, but it was stolen off stage in France, in Paris.
And the characters were, composites of people, some drawing from our personal experience, and then Susie Wants Her All Day Sucker is pretty self-explanatory.
Back to Wisconsin.
What is your name? Where are you from?
I'm Kristen and I'm from Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Whoa!
Green Bay.
Yeah. Go Paco. My question is, have you guys reissued or do you plan on reissuing any of your albums on vinyl? Because I know that's becoming a new thing right now.
We'd love to.
I
Talk
have
to
them
the
all.
manager.
Robbie, vinyl.
Because I collect
Yeah,
vinyl
but yeah.
and I cannot find Porno Graffiti on vinyl anywhere to save my life.
Yeah, that's because it was probably used as like, Christmas. What's that?
No, we'd like to issue.
I guess we're about to shoot a new live DVD. Anyone want to see
Nice.
a new live DVD? We're doing Porno Graffiti.
Vegas, baby.
Yeah, in Vegas in May, and that will be coming out on vinyl as well.
Where in Vegas are you guys doing the show?
It's at the
I think
Joint.
it's at the-
We're doing a show with Twisted Sister. And
The Joint, yeah.
The Joint.
Hard Rock.
Awesome. What is your name? Where are you from?
Hi, I'm Neil from London, England. This isn't my question, but just I was in Wembley Stadium on the day of the tribute, so as a Queen fan, thank you. We did appreciate it.
Thanks.
I was also at the Astoria on the 24th of November when you did a short Queen
Yes.
bit at the end that day as well.
In the Apollo.
So thank you for that as well. My question is,
The Apollo.
it was on the Sausages of Rock tour.
Sausages of Rock.
No, my question is about new material. When is a new album due?
That's a good question.
We have a lot of new music. It's about scheduling, getting four of us in the same room and recording. But trust me, we're enjoying doing Porno Graffiti, and we're gonna do some more.
We're gonna milk it
US
until
dates.
it's.
We're going to tour 3 sides, and then we're going to come out with a new album.
No, we have material. We have 50, 60 ideas we're working on, and then probably next year. I would say by the spring of next year we'll have something up.
And some new music. We'll release a track before the end of the year.
Got a question back here. What is your name? Where are you from?
John Turner, Rockaway, New Jersey. So anyway, over here. Hi everybody. I'm 40. What did I say my age was today? It's my birthday today. I turned 48.
It's your birthday.
It is. I know. Thank you.
Why do I get a feeling it's your birthday every day this weekend?
Well, it's a whole month.
See your ID.
I will. I got it. I was in the first Gulf War, and when your album came out, it was one of the first things that we took with us, right? But when you're in the desert, they confiscated it because of the name, right? You can't have anything that's associated with like porn. They were like, no, you can't have this. I was like, well, if you knew what they were saying,
They
being the country.
Military?
Yeah. I was
American?
Yes, along with the other country.
Porn
Anyway,
is
porn. You can't bring it. You can't do it. Don't look at it.
built this country. Come on, guys.
It's terrible. But we were overseas, so whatever. So anyway, I called back home. I said, you got to re-record this thing. You got to send it under another name. And she's like, well, what do I name it? What do I name it? I was like, I don't give a fuck what you name it, right? So she writes Sand on it. So I have this tape of that album, and it's titled Sand. Anyway, you guys meant a lot, then. That's
We'll be doing a few songs off of Sand.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
And thanks, man. Thanks for serving. All right, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, thank you for serving our country. What is your name? Where are you from?
Hi, I'm Shwani from South Africa. I saw you last year in Kings of Chaos. It was really awesome. Just want to know if you guys ever planning to come to South Africa.
Robbie.
Rob, South Africa. Write it down. Listen, no. Right after, I had been there before with a different artist, but after doing the Kings of Chaos there, and obviously, look, when you're doing a gig with Tyler and Xander and Billy Gibbons and the guys from Guns, you realize that the rock fans that are there that showed up in these arenas. So it's the first thing I said to these guys: we got to come back. We got to come down here with Extreme right away, tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm wondering, what's the range on those lifeboats? Because after we hit the Caribbean, we can just shoot across.
You got another question back here. What is your name? Where are you from?
Hey, I'm Mark from Nashville, Tennessee. If you guys were to do a covers album, and you could pick 2 songs each of songs that have influenced you the most, what would they be?
I'm glad you're asking this question because we had this conversation. Maybe I had it with myself a week ago. And I thought it'd be kind of cool because I was another friend of mine, a band that I was surprised, Tom Morello, who obviously plays with Rage. They did that. They did an album of covers, which was really cool because from their perspective. And I thought I would love to do that. Each one of us pick a couple of songs and really just listen. What do you guys think? Zeppelin.
Can't do 2 Zeppelin songs.
Why not? They're the greatest rock band in the fucking world, right? I'd go with Good Times, Bad Times, 1.
Yeah.
And Fool in the Rain.
Fool in the Rain.
Those were my picks.
I always wanted to hear us do a couple of Rush tunes. I thought it'd be really cool, to do something like, you know, well, maybe not fair weather kings.
Another question right here. What is your name? Where are you from?
Sam from Australia. How are you guys?
What's up, man?
Love and life. Thanks for Australia in '92. There were 3 sides tour.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we've had to wait a long time. But how do you rate the production of 3 Sides album?
Listen, you know, I think any album that you do for a band, most artists and most bands that I talk about all feel the same way. At the time, it feels like the greatest thing in the world that you're doing. And I think it's like looking at an old photo album or photographs. You always go back and go, shit, I wish we did this. I wish it's, you know, too much reverb, or the mix isn't right, or the vocals are too loud, or the guitar, or the tempos. Like when we listen to Porno Graffiti, I think because of being young, everything sounds too fast on that album. It's like Chipmunks to me. It's like everything is. I would slow down every tempo just a little bit, and we try to do it live. So you always kind of look back. You know, you shouldn't change it, but you always look back, kind of. No. But 3 Sides is one of the more listenable, one of the more tolerable ones.
I think it aged better than the early material.
Who do you want to see perform
We
on
saw
the cruise?
Tesla last night.
We saw Tesla last night, a little bit of Tesla. We saw Night Ranger, and definitely, I got a front row last night to watch YNT because I love Nick Keddy, one of the most underrated guitar players of all time. Without
Big
a doubt.
Kicks fans.
Kicks, love Kicks. Seen him like 11 times back in the day in Boston.
Extreme. Looking forward to it.
Underrated, man, Extreme. Very underrated.
All right, nobody else has a question. I'll read one of the questions that was submitted by email. This one was from
email. We can't even get fucking Wi-Fi. In this place.
Yes, it's only.
Did it cost like $100 to get that email?
This was submitted by Gene Simmons from Kiss.
Yeah, let's give it to us.
And his question was,
I want you to be honest with me, okay? How much have you stolen from Kiss? On a scale from 1 to 10, starting with 5 being come on and number 10 being let's be serious.
We have.
Kiss is actually selling internet packages for $200 a
Who else has a question? By the way, we have 15 minutes left, so if you want to ask a question, you have 15 minutes to be able to ask a question. Yes, right over here. Coming over to the side. What is your name and where are you from?
Teresa from Maryland. I saw you guys do porno in Baltimore. You kicked ass. It was awesome.
Thank you.
For each of you, which is your favorite song to perform live, either Extreme or another artist?
We got that.
Off of Porno Graffiti, I enjoy He-Man Woman Hater.
Too bad we're not doing it.
We're not doing it this weekend. But we just played it in Florida 2 shows.
Good Lord. We can sneak in another half hour then. For me, it's a little Jack. I love doing pouring off of the album.
And of course, we're doing that one, right?
Definitely.
We're also doing Am I Ever Gonna Change, which I like to do.
I said this before, my favorite song is More Than Words. I think the drums on that is
Yeah, I'm gonna change my vote. I'd change my vote to More Than Words.
We're not doing that.
Not doing that tomorrow.
I'm thirsty just thinking about that song.
There's a question down there in the second row. What is your name? Where are you from?
Susanna, and the question is for Kevin. Kevin, you haven't been with the band, you know, on Porno, which we mainly been talking and waiting for the punchline, but on the Saudash we had the pleasure to, you know, welcome you to the Extreme family. So how has been your experience being in that band? Like, I mean, how do you still feel like you're not the 4th member? You're just the drummer, or?
Wow. Holy shit.
For the record, technically he's been in the band longer than Peter Criss.
Okay.
So, now I recognize it. Now I recognize it.
How do you feel?
Look, you know, I mean, obviously they've had a history and they worked really hard and they deserved everything they did.
We had potential.
But I think the band is better now.
Yes. Yes!
Listen, when you see the band live, you're gonna realize that Kevin definitely came aboard and he's pushing us off the stage a bit more, which is amazing. Man, another gear. He added another gear to it. 3 gears to his change.
Well, I definitely feel like I'm part of the band now because, you know, starting the show, Gary would always start like right in front of me. So I actually had to, you know, sit on the side and be like, yo,
Move
You
over.
gotta move over. Because I'm tired of looking at your ass, man.
It's a good ass, but I guess after a while.
I have to say, as the other half of Extreme's rhythm section, he is my favorite fucking drummer on earth, not just in Extreme. That's
And for some reason, the only guy in the band who has a real thick Boston accent. How about
That's right,
that?
that's right.
I have a question right down in the middle. What's your name? Where are you from?
Marianne from Boston.
Alright, folks.
Saw you at the House of Blues recently, and I was just wondering if it was something you guys did that set the fire alarms off.
A fire alarm?
And the reason we had to go stand in the cold all that time?
Yeah, a little background. We were just about to hit the stage. We put our guitars on, intro tapes on, the fucking fire alarm goes off, and everyone has to exit down on Lansdowne Street
whole building.
in the middle of January.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's cold.
We got an awesome photo op with the firemen up in the
Fire
desert.
department.
It turned into a meet and greet with the Boston Fire Department?
It did, yeah.
So what happened that night? Did you
It was
find
like
out what
the hazers, the smoke machines.
Okay.
They just fucking, they were set.
It was
to
either
time.
that or Steven Tyler pulled the alarm. I don't know.
How come you didn't evacuate?
We didn't evacuate?
I didn't
We
leave
were smoking weed with the fire department backstage. They were like, who needs to evacuate? I just think that.
Down in front here, what is your name? Where are you from?
I'm Terry from Toronto. And
Terry
I just,
from Toronto.
Yes. I just want to know if there's anybody on the planet that isn't an Extreme fan already, if you could tell them one song only to listen to that would describe Extreme for you guys, what would it be?
That's a good question. I mean, we're a confusing band. We've always been, honestly. Our label was, we were pretty fucked because even with Porn and Graffiti, at the time, even when, we had a kind of a funkier side of the band, we had a horn section on that album, and we had a very confusing song called More Than Words, because at the time, this is pre-Unplugged, MTV Unplugged.
Right.
And nobody knew what to do with that song. They said it wasn't a hit, our label, and our management said that who's going to listen to that song because it had no real hook to it, it had no big, all the songs and ballads were out with big productions, like monster ballads
Big power
and big drum.
chords.
So we kind of fought for that to be a single because as we were playing it, we were on tour, was it Alice in Chains that time? Was that before that? And the audience was just singing it. And that's what made it a single. It was our fans made it a single. We were kind of calling our label saying, listen, we think there's a relationship going on here where, we're having this great moment with the audience and to sing the song. And they said, absolutely not. So we kind of forced our way to shooting that little video, black and white, low budget. And the song, they agreed not to release it. They said, we'll just test market it somewhere because we don't think it's a hit. And they released it in New Mexico. And it was just like... All right, maybe it was Phoenix. I don't know.
I'm a New Mexican fan.
Yes.
And then they just tested it. They paid a radio station to play it because they were like, "Where are we going to put this song?" And on a rock station, and then it became a hit here.
But that wouldn't be the song. That would
Remember
be
the
first
question?
song.
I was telling this is like storytellers. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking.
Over here to you
That's
guys.
a difficult question.
You guys
Describe me. I would say Get the Funk Out because
great song.
I would say Get the Funk Out because it still rocks. Bit of guitar, bit of horns, bit of funkiness, and background vocals. We've always loved our background vocals and Beatles and stuff. So.
Over here on your right, what is your name? Where are you from?
Hi, I'm Kristen from Revere, Mass.
Hell yeah.
Everett. And I loved you guys at the channel way back when. R.I.P. the channel. But I wanted to know, is there any musician or musicians that you haven't played with that you would like to?
I was a bit of my dream came through. It wasn't with Extreme or my stuff, but performing with Paul McCartney was pretty.
Yep.
Cool. But we had we still need to jump on the stage with Jimmy, with Paige. He's come to see the band a couple of times, but we have not hit the stage with him.
Brian May's come up.
Yeah.
Yep.
What else we got?
I want to tour with Cheap Trick.
Yeah!
Did that, been there, done that.
I'd love to play with Kiss. We haven't done shows with Kiss.
Yeah, Kiss.
You can do that. Go to kissonline.com.
I think if we pay them the right pay you the right price, it'll happen.
You click on my codpiece. Takes you right to a thing. You can perform with Kiss.
What is your name? Where are you from?
I'm Stacy. I'm from Minneapolis.
All right, Minneapolis.
Your song, Wholehearted, almost got me arrested in high school.
All the profanity on it.
No, but I love the song. I'd love to hear about recording it,
how it came about.
We'd actually like to hear about how it almost got.
Yeah, how did you almost get arrested? Were you singing it in the nude?
Much more interesting.
It was on a mixtape in a Pontiac Le Mans, and yeah, we nearly got arrested.
You still haven't. Who were you going down on somebody while they were driving? Tell us the truth.
She met a guy who said
is
he was
me.
extreme, and she said, "I gotta suck your dick."
That's what automatically happens.
That's what happens.
You know,
as comedians, they say, "You're a comedian. Where's the bathroom?" That's all they want.
No, you know, it actually was not even supposed to be on that album. It was a song that we were done with the album with Porn Graffiti, and we were making our own mixtape in the studio. And Washburn sent me my first 12-string. I've always wanted to own a 12-string. When you were on welfare back in the days, you could only afford 6 strings. 12 strings were not an option. And opened the case, grabbed the song, grabbed the guitar, went into the toilet, by the way. Too much information, I get it. See that? And wrote Wholehearted. The ideas just came pouring out.
It had a different title.
And I actually came out of the, it was a different, spelled differently at the time.
By the way, I remember seeing you guys perform that in Las Cruces, New Mexico, Wholehearted. And at one point, Nuno changed the lyric to something where my dick should be, or something. Like, would you fuck around with the song on stage? Because I remember looking at my friend and going, "What did he just say? That wasn't the song."
The other
You know what it
songs.
is?
Other songs.
No. We read a songbook. You know how like these songbooks come out? Like once you do an album, you find them in music stores where it's just the whole album.
Yes.
And you kind of look at it as, and I talk to a lot of bands, and they're not involved in any of these things. So you kind of go into the store and you read it, and all the lyrics are wrong. Yeah, it's like the opening lyrics of Wholehearted is, on the book says, "Life's a bitch, it occupies my time."
I remember reading that and I'm going, who transcribed this? The lyrics are on the record.
Yeah, they're ready on the album. Why can't you just look on the album and find it's "Life's a bitch, it occupies my time"? We changed it to "Life's a bitch." We changed it ourselves. We thought it was a better lyric.
But I warm up to that. Life's a bitch.
It was like there's a hole in my ass.
There is.
Who wrote this?
Back to Strong Island. What is your question?
How you doing? How was it touring with King's X, and are you fans of King's X?
I don't know who's on Instagram or not, but I think I embarrassed myself on one of my last Instagram posts, having a love fest about King's X, because I ran into Doug Pinnick in Los Angeles recently, and every time I run into him, it just reminds me how great Faith, Hope, Love, that album is just like a masterpiece to me, and Dogman as well, unbelievable albums, like probably the most underrated. The fact that there's not many people clapping shows you how underrated that band is. Go buy those albums, I swear to God. Kills everybody in that era to me.
They should be on this cruise.
Yeah.
They're fucking monsters. For sure.
We have time for 3 more questions.
How did you equate that time?
3 minutes, 3 questions,
Okay, gotcha.
unless I try to squeeze in a Paul Stanley impression. Okay, here we go. What is your name? Where are you from?
My name's Matt from Houston, Texas. What's up, guys? First time I saw you guys was Alice in Chains at this small club, probably the size of that stage. I was right. Yeah. Oh, you were? Awesome. Yeah, anyway. It was right before both you guys broke. So I remember, I think Facelift came out by Alice, and I had the Porno album, and I knew it by heart. It was awesome. My first question, how was it getting along with the Alice in Chains guys, and how did that tour come about? Second question, any teases for deep cuts for the set?
Deep cuts. We always it's somewhat of a struggle. We have an hour set here, and pretty much we're going to do the ones people expect. But then there's a few spots where we have an internal fight. I want to do this one. I want to do Kid Ego.
It's tough to do deep cuts because you don't want to. You want to try when you do these type of shows. I mean, when you talk to anybody when you do festivals where it's not your audience, and a lot of you're still working. You're still kind of like, okay, you want to play for your fans, but there's a lot of people that you want to turn on to your stuff as well. And you know that you're kind of trying to gain a new audience, so you got to give the familiar stuff as much as possible. And
you haven't seen us since what, 1990? Oh, okay.
At Meridian.
Oh.
Yeah, nice. Did you guys just meet? No.
So that's why they want the deep cuts.
Yeah, well, look, am I ever going to change as a deep cut off of 3 sides, really, for most people? And what was it? You asked
The other question was about Alice in Chains. What was it?
It was incredible because this is the first time, we were both kind of coming out at the time, not of the closet, but just coming out. And we were like, you know, I remember walking in the sound check. The first gig we did was in Mexico. At what was the name of that club in Mexico? Iguanas, is that it? And I remember walking
Tijuana.
in Tijuana. And I remember walking in and hearing Man in a Box like for the first time at soundcheck. It was pretty inspiring because it was heavy and it was like, you know, really different. Jerry was amazing, obviously, as a guitar player, and Lane, you know, obviously not with us anymore, but what a great singer, Incredible.
Over here in the back, in the middle. What is your name? Where are you from?
My name's Van. I'm from Sayreville, New Jersey.
A lot of jerseys.
What the hell happened there?
This question is directed to Gary in particular. Gary, I've had the pleasure of speaking to you in the past, and the one question I forgot to ask you when I did that was, you have such a high level of intensity and energy and movement when you're on stage. When you're on tour like you are right now, what exactly is it that you do to be able to maintain that?
Well, we were getting fucked up. He went to bed last night.
I went to bed early.
It's hardcore. That's hardcore.
I just save it all for the stage. I'm pretty much a lewd throughout the day.
And a last question here. What is your name? Where are you from?
Mark from Austin, Texas.
All right, Austin.
Is there a certain song on the first two records that you guys really wanted to release as a single and it didn't happen, and any regrets to that? I think Song for Love is just an amazing song. I wish it would have got pushed a little further on the record.
Wow, fuck, I wish we were doing that song today.
That's another song we're not doing today. Maybe we'll talk about it.
You know what? Everything we write we think is incredible, and is a single. But you know, it's you always have your favorites as a band, you know, and even for us to release More Than Words was the third single off that album, and one of the songs at the time that we wanted to hope, you know, we hoped that it would have been a great single to put the band on the map was Get the Funk Out, and when we released it, it got banned on almost every radio station, especially in the Bible Belt, because they all thought we were saying "Get the fuck out" the whole time. So
Which we were.
We were. According to Sebastian, we were.
All right, and you guys are performing today at 3:15?
Like 10 minutes.
And are you guys going to be on tour?
Who plays in the afternoon? We can't do a show in the afternoon.
Yeah,
nobody does this.
Do you guys want to switch it right now? Do you want to put in a request to go on at midnight right now? And this year, after you guys get back from this cruise, are you guys going to be going out and touring more later this year? What do you?
We're playing on South America in June.
Yeah, a few festivals in Europe as well.
And a West Coast run of the States. Hopefully, get to Canada. We'd like to get.
We're trying to do everything as much.
Everyone should fly out to Vegas to this video shoot too.
In South Africa,
I want to come out to the big. Today was the first time I heard you guys were doing Porno Graffiti in its entirety. I hope you guys
Wait, today?
I never heard that you guys were doing that in its entirety. I didn't know that you guys.
No, we're not doing it.
No. I'm saying that you guys had been doing it.
Yeah, but we're not doing it.
No, you're not doing it today.
I'll tell you what, though.
I just want to suck your dicks, man. They're extreme.
Well, you know what? If you actually, we have a few friends, obviously, that didn't make the boat. We were really disappointed that Lita.
Yeah, couldn't make it on the boat. For those of you who don't know, Lita Ford, her passport was valid. Her green card.
Her green card wasn't valid.
She's from England. I didn't even know that she.
I didn't know she was from England either. Yeah. But you know what? If First Lot is open, we'll do Porno Graffiti that night. The whole time.
Really?
Yeah, why not? Did I just say if her slot was open?
I've actually heard it was open.
It's probably.
There was a moment, we did a roast of Dee Snider, and there was a moment, she was not comfortable at the roast of Dee Snider.
There's a lot of. There's a hole in my slot that can.
Where can we find more information about Extreme? Is there any place you want people to go to find out more information?
The internet works.
Yeah, the internet works. Google Extreme. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to
Thanks,
Extreme.
everybody.
Everybody, safe and happy. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
I know you were up there.
Looking forward.